Hey guys, it's Ty. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, it's good to see a new face. If you're coming back, glad to see you guys again. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page so you don't miss nothing. Or my dog's barking. It's all good. Either way, today we got a TORO TimeCutter in here with a very leaky valve cover gasket. So we're going to replace it, upgrade that crappy quart gasket to a good RTV, and we'll use the right stuff. And without further ado, let's get rolling. First things first, I'm the realist, just kidding. Take this guard off back here, this T40, bolts to get them off, clean up our work area here. And what we're really gonna do is just try to keep as much crap out of the inside of the motor that we can. So cleaning it first before taking everything off is kind of a good practice. Now you notice I got this motor elevated, so all my oil is running back in the crankcase. And that allows me to make this repair without draining the oil. To get the valve cover bolts off, it's 10mm, because of course everything else is. That right there was surprisingly a quarter, so hey, it is what it is. Just gonna remove this bracket and set it off to the side here, and we'll give it a good cleaning. Once you've got your whole area cleaned up here, you can go ahead and pop this cover off, and you'll notice they come pretty easy because that quart gasket doesn't stick the way that a sealant rubber gasket would do, like silicone. So take this thing out of here and we pitch it, because the cork ones, they just shrink. It would work fine if both of these surfaces were machined flat on flat, but these little stamped valve covers tend to get a warp in them, and it just doesn't do very well over time with that cork gasket that's always shrinking. So we clean all the surfaces up here, and we're going to use this 1-minute gasket. This is the gray, and this is the highest pressure rating sealant that you can get pretty easy at a lot of your parts stores or online or whatever. I've just always used the gray. It's a lot denser than your other sealants and does a pretty good job. Now of course I made a little bit of a mess here, so I just went through with my gloves and cleaned up the excess and got all the junk out of the holes there, because you don't need a ton of gasket material. Enough will do it. So one thing to note after you get all this mess cleaned up on here is the old style gasket here took up about 1/8 inch of space. With our sealant, it's not going to be that thick, and it normally wouldn't be a problem, but the bolts that are used here are shoulder bolts, so you're going to have to add some washers under here, and you'll have to play with your own little configuration. So these are the type of bolts that are in there. This isn't the same exact one that was in it, but this is a shoulder bolt. So you have this little small portion here. Whenever you're tightening your fastener, this is going to be the area here that's going to either center or guide something. And if the material you're trying to clamp is skinnier than this, this is what's actually going to be touching your surface and tightening. And this is a standard bolt. So you can either go to a standard bolt, which will give your full clamp pressure to the head here with a washer or so. Or if you're running this guy here, problem is our gasket is so thin now with our sealant, and even our valve cover itself is only stamped steel. When we tighten this bolt all the way down, it's going to bottom out here before applying any clamp force to the actual gasket. Therefore, our actual cover is going to be loose and it's not going to tighten. So that's what I did there with the red washers, is stuck a couple here just to kind of bring up this gap, keep our full thread for tightening, and still we have our clamping pressure from our new washers. So it's up to you however you want to do it. Either change the bolt, add some washers, whatever you got over there to do it, it'll get it done. What you'll see me doing here is not my final pass. I went until I had the shoulder bolts to where they were pulling down on the valve cover gasket to actually seal against that head surface. Now, of course, first time I didn't get it right. That's fine. It's been a while since I've had to do one of these TORO ones here. Now, of course, you can always change bolts entirely and get rid of that shoulder bolt. That's also an option. But if you've got more washers hanging around, make it work for your best advantage there. Just do what you got to do. So you either swap out the bolt or throw in washers. So in this case, I just threw in some good washers here. So I'll fast forward a bit and show you what my final configuration looks like. And my rule of thumb on this 1-minute gasket, you don't have to just get it hand tight and let it set before you do your final torque. This specific gasket here, it even tells you 1 minute return to surface gasket. You can put it on and immediately tighten. You don't need to sit, let it dry, and then tighten down again. So actually, even tells you on the back here, step 5 is assemble parts within 5 minutes tightening to Torx spec. Vehicle can be returned to service immediately. Note not to be used as a head gasket or parts in contact with gasoline. So we're safe there, but this is good stuff. So now we've got our gasket all done here and our bolts tight. We'll just throw back in our one hanger bolt here for the muffler. And before we put everything back together, I suggest cleaning all this old oil and grease buildup that you've got behind this that otherwise is hard to clean with everything mounted. So this is going to smoke no matter what you do. It's going to burn off whatever excess oil you had built in around the muffler flange, but hey, you know, getting as much as possible is the best way to go. These bolts here on the back, I suggest doing them like IKEA furniture. Just getting them all in there started, and then once you get them all in, you can go back through and tighten everything. And that'll be the best bet there, because if not, some of the holes aren't going to line up and it's a pain in the butt. So we'll get it down and throw the air filter and housing cover back on and just give her a test start after a while and check your leaks in a day and you'll be good. And that's it, folks. It's all done. Check her oil levels and she'll burn off whatever's left on there, but you'll be good to go. Check for oil leaks the next day. Make sure your gasket's doing a good job. That's all I got. God bless. See you on the next one.